All right, here we go, motherfuckers. Episode 12 of the Cloudy and Rowdy podcast. Bang, bang, bang. And it's your boy, Tommy Easter. It's been a crazy fucking week. You know what I'm saying? Let's just jump right into it. Hello. I had to fucking whoop somebody's ass on Hollywood Boulevard Friday. It was insane. You know, this motherfucker comes out of nowhere with drunkenness. You know, I have a full van full of people. I have 12 people sitting beside me waiting for a tour. This nice older guy is talking to me and just asking me about things, you know, what I do for a living, shit like that, you know. And I tell him I'm a comic. And so the drunk idiot yells out, "Oh, tell me a joke!" And the fucking customer goes along with him, unfortunately, and is like, "Yeah, let me hear a joke." So I do a stupid joke for him, and the guy laughs. The normal guy laughs. The drunk idiot is just, he only asked me to tell a joke so he could tell his stupid joke, obviously. And he goes, that wasn't funny! And he smacks me in the chest like Ric Flair.
What's this guy look like?
Dicey. And,
So what that guy look like? Like,
he just looked like a drunk idiot, you know, just fucking, I don't know, about Jesus Era's size and thickness. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know,
short,
and he fucking short and stocky little dude, you know, and then he fucking, he goes, that wasn't funny, bam, and he smacked me in the chest, so I backhanded him right in the face when he did that. I said, "Bop, don't fucking touch me, dude." And fucking, he couldn't believe what had just happened to him, because I'm not one of these Kelley snowflakes, all right? So you touch me, I smack you, quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, jump on. Exactly. And fucking, so I backhand this motherfucker, and his eyes got big, and he goes, oh, you want to hit somebody? And he reaches, he grabs for me, and I couldn't get away quick enough before he grabbed my chain and ripped it. And so then and the motherfucker, when he seen the chain in my hand and me put it in my pocket, he goes, "Yeah, what are you going to do now, pussy?" Bam! I nailed that motherfucker. And that first hit was just a setup for the next hit, where I really just whopped him good. I sent the motherfucker he slid 3 inches down the block, you know? So then he was trying to get up on his feet, and I hit him with a good uppercut. Bow! And it sent him across into it sent him on the other side of the boulevard, and he tried to use one of my customers' baby carriage to hold himself up, and that customer flipped out. He grabbed that motherfucker up by the neck, slammed him on the ground, hit him a couple times. I rolled the carriage out of the way for him to his wife. I was like, here, take this. Let me get your husband. I was like, "Sir, get away. I got this pussy," you know? And so dude gets up, and he finds a fucking Arizona iced tea can.
This is the most interesting part of the story.
A long, tall can. And he fucking takes it, and he rips it in half. And he's like, "This can turns my hands into razor blades." And he's fucking slicing at me, bro. But what he didn't know is that here lately at Marty's on a late Saturday night, on a savage Saturday night, we've been practicing
stab fights.
Stab fights, exactly. But
there have been shirtless 2 a.m. stab fights with people holding markers.
I live life by,
as to where they got marked.
I live life by what's called a 1+1 formula, okay? It always equals 2. There's 9 tranny tents across the street. 1+1 to me was, let's start practicing getting stabbed at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Right? So we've been practicing lately. Little did he know. So I'm like 2 steps ahead of this bum on everything he's trying to fucking slice at me. I'm like, yeah, right. Get the fuck away. I Sparta kicked this motherfucker into the chest. In the chest, bam! Right into traffic. But I was hoping a bus would have been coming at the same time, so it could have just sent his ass down the street, you know, like a movie. But, you know,
like a movie.
But a bus wasn't coming, so he comes back on the sidewalk, and he's still slicing at me, right? And about that time, Kyle's walking up, and he don't know Kyle's with me. Kyle could have laid him out, but he didn't. He just came up and was like, "Hey, man, chill the fuck out." So now dude's looking at Kyle, too. And then about that time...
Really quick, when Kyle was telling this story last night, he's like, "Hey, yeah, I think he said he thought he pulled something squaring up." He's like, "Oh, my arm's been fucking killed." I'm like, "You didn't throw it, so you threw a punch?" He's like, "No, he just
squared up with him," which was good because it distracted him from me, because then the customers behind me was freaking out. They were like, "We want our money back. We want our money back." And I go, "Ma'am, why do you want your money back? This guy started the fight. I was like, and she goes, well, this is just a crazy environment right now. I said, ma'am, good thing for you. Our tour bus is parked right down the street at the CVS. I can take you right now. She was like, okay. So I fucking saved the tour. I whooped dude's ass. I saved the tour. I get these people. I'm walking them to the tour van, and I see a cop pulling out on Hollywood Boulevard. I thought it was because the people had called him. So I'm like, hey, right there. And they fucking like stopped in the middle of the road, and they looked at me, and they go, what? And I go, he's got cans in his hands. He's right there, you know? And fucking they hauled ass over there. Come to find out, when I fucking when I looked at the card the police woman gave me, it says flag down by victim. So they didn't even they were calling the cops, but they didn't know yet. Hell, I ended up flagging that bitch down. I whooped dude's ass. On the way to taking the tour, I flagged down the police and get his ass arrested all in one whop. You know what I'm saying? And then when I came back to the booth, there was a dude there, and he was like, hey man, I stayed, buddy, because I have the video where he hit you in the chest first. He goes, what was he thinking? I was like, I don't know what he was thinking.
Fuck out.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Why would you mess with a white dude from Atlanta that's been to prison? I don't know. The fuck would you do that for?
Let me go ahead and properly introduce the diva of Marty's cocksuckers, the one and only Miss Dicey.
Hey everybody, what's up? Hey, hey Tim McGorry. Oh, hello Tim McGorry.
Hello, y'all seen her on My Pair Smoke one time.
Yeah.
She didn't want to smoke on camera, so she came on there with a wine and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
And now I smoke on camera, so you got to have me back.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I had to change her heart.
She said, I had to change her heart. Hell yeah. So that's what happened to me on Friday. And then it was weird because that whole day I was already frustrated because of a fucking stupid situation online right now. You know, everybody knows, man, Marty's is a home to a lot of people. We fucking you know, I've said
like
it
a
before.
literal home,
like
literally houses comics.
Well, yeah, like literally
People
home to 3
live
comics,
here, yeah.
definitely. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
but many more have come through and
Exactly,
lived here.
and many more stay here at night when they don't have anywhere else to go.
And also keeps a lot of motherfuckers out of trouble. I know
Exactly.
that for damn sure.
and Marty knows it, and he's cool with it. He overlooks it, and he's a fucking sweetheart off the stage. Okay, that's the thing that it's like. We got this little virus bitch in the comedy scene right now. This little piece of shit. All right, I don't even want to say the bitch's name. It rhymes with Dizzy and Lizzie and all kind of other stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? She can't even fucking. She don't even have a good name. Much.
I
less a
won't
good
say
comic.
all of that, but I will say that I am because she's my friend, and I just got to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what she did, as you know, but we are friends, and I'm very surprised though at what she did.
I can't even say I'm friends with her because she.
Well, we are
every time
friends.
she came in here with her little pouty crybaby bullshit, motherfuckers like me would be like, try to hug her or something, be like, damn girl, what's wrong and shit, and try to give her like genuine like what's wrong type shit, and she either took it the wrong way or was like, not right now, dude. It's like, well then don't come into an environment as a female around men sobbing and crying and not expect a real man to be like, hey girl, what's wrong, and try to like condole you and shit, or however the fuck, whatever the
Console.
word is.
It's console.
There you go. And it's like, so that's why I didn't never like the bitch, because anytime you tried to, it's like she'd be up here craving attention and craving affection, and then you, God forbid, you try to show that bitch any.
You know what?
She took it the wrong way and all this weird shit,
It's exactly what Jim Beam said right before, Jeremy Beam, right before the podcast. Well, something I totally forgot about. You were upstairs. This was like after a podcast recording or something, and you were up here singing a song.
Oh, we were rapping.
We were rapping, clapping, and it was like me and Jim and someone else. We were all
Jim
just
was on the drums.
We were all just dancing around,
just having a good
thing,
time.
And then she walks in and she says, "What is this? Some kind of rape party?"
Yeah. What did I interrupt? Some type of rape party?
like,
Yeah,
why
out
is
of
this-
nowhere.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah, she
out
said
of nowhere.
That. And I had totally forgotten about that. And I was like, yeah, why was that the first thing? And then
Out of her mouth.
Because I was posting a lot on that thread, and I had considered her a friend, and I still kind of do, but it's I haven't.
Well,
talked
I
to her
haven't
since
posted
then.
yet on there, and
Yeah.
and I've been trying to be very smart
already
with my
posted
words
much
because she is my friend. She has hooked me up with numerous things. We were just texting 2 hours before I walked in here. When I walked into Marty's, basically I got bombarded by comics who were like, why the fuck haven't you responded? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what's going on. Marty had to tell me what was going on. I went immediately to her page and saw what she had posted and was disgusted. As a woman that spends at least 5 hours a day, 6 days per week at Marty's. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that, but this is how much I love stand-up, respect stand-up, and that's how much of a safe haven this is for me to express myself and to get better and to hone my jokes. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
And there's plenty of other women on this wall and plenty of other women who haven't made the wall yet because, mind you, you have to come to Marty's for at least a year or two before Marty will even consider putting you on the wall. I didn't get put on the wall till last year. I've been coming for 4 years. You've been on there sooner than me. Y'all have been on there way sooner because y'all come Tim and
I just let him put me on the wall, though. Marty just started this new thing where he said that he's going to start taking everybody's pictures and putting them on the wall because it might make them want to come back.
Even like
Dan.
Dan
But I'm saying, so before there was no incentive like that. It was only people who had been here for a couple of years that had been coming here, and she's definitely been here. She's in the picture in her braces, which she doesn't have anymore. She's clearly been here several times. She used to host here. She posed for the goddamn picture that she is saying on Facebook she wants to take down, which I don't understand. Like, if you want to do something and if you a bad bitch, come take it down. Don't announce you're going to do it. You know it's fucking savages at Marty's. You know as soon as you write that post, there's not going to be a picture for you to even come take down.
Exactly.
So you don't even have to come here, basically, ever again. You can just talk shit about a place that is so sacred to so many people.
And that's the people who are really fucking talking shit. It's one person who came here it's a couple people who came here maybe for 10 minutes, and other people like, oh, I know everything. This is what's going on at Marty's. I've never stepped foot in there.
Yeah, that one
dude. They're
was like,
I won't be out. Thanks for letting me know. I'll never be there.
Feel free to wait 5 hours at a lottery mic to try to get up where you might not even get up for a possible 2 to 3 minutes. As opposed to Marty's, you'd actually put some time in and actually make some shit happen. And what I'm suspicious about the groping allegations because that was her whole thing in the thread.
That was true.
No, that was real. What happened to that chick? Yeah,
and Marty groped I know.
No,
Christine,
not Marty.
I know her very personally. I actually respect her a lot. I love her a lot.
Yeah.
And she would not lie about something like that.
Okay.
And for that to have happened to her, and Marty said she used to come all the time.
Liam Hales backed it up.
What I would like to say is that is an unfortunate, isolated incident that happened at Marty's. It could have happened at any open mic. It does happen at other open mics. It does happen, period, on the comedy scene. But the thing is, Marty's is a brick and mortar place, so you can actually tag all this negative shit onto Marty's because it's actually here all the time. These other open mics are gone in 6 months or less. You know what I mean?
2 months.
Of course, in 6 years, there's not going to be
week.
super positive experiences. I'm a sexy ass bitch who not only gets harassed on the comedy scene, I get harassed at the grocery store. I get harassed at the gas station. I get harassed when I buy my goddamn fish. I get harassed anytime because I have titties. Yeah. And that's just what that is. If you can't accept that, if you can't deal with that, you definitely have no place on the comedy scene, which is a male-dominated industry. Funny is the only thing that matters. People don't disrespect me. I have never had that experience. I'm funny too. And I never have said that before. I never will say that shit, but I am. Fuck that shit. I do big shows all around the country, and I've been on some major tours with major comedians who are paid millions of dollars a year. And if you can't speak up for yourself and you don't know how as a woman to deflect the situation. If in Christine's situation where she was touched, I totally understand her not coming back.
Well, that shit happened before I was here.
It happened before
we were. That's the shit I want to say. Right. All that little shit they talking on there about we let shit happen, bitch, that shit happened before Tommy Easter was here. Because let me tell you something. If motherfucker would have grabbed some girl by the ass while I was here and she came out on that smoke pad and said, this motherfucker just grabbed me on the ass, we'd have came right the fuck in here and been like, who did it? Get the fuck out.
And I would
You're
like
not
to
welcome
say,
at Marty's anymore.
Thomas Easter has taken up for me in occasions. We and him have had our beefs. We've not talked for months at a time.
Yeah.
And we've been cool again because that's what family does. And this is a family. And at the end of the day, it's not about male or female. It's about funny, bitch.
Yep.
Funny.
If
you earn respect when you're funny on the comedy scene.
There's
Period.
a choice to
male
either
or female.
There's a choice to either be creative, try to write jokes or keep looking for things to get offended by.
Exactly.
And politicize. Because that's what political
She
correctness
blocked me.
is.
She
When you're
blocked
making
me,
a
or I would
political
have read.
point.
She blocked me, or I'd have read my fucking comment. But I ended it with, "Get funny or go home." These motherfuckers that talk shit about Marty's, they ain't funny. They mad. They came in here. They came with mediocre, weak ass shit, and they didn't get laughs.
I would
and then
also
they left
like
out of here butt hurt. And it's like, you can come in here weak as fuck, but if you a real comic, you should know that you can actually grow from a place like this. And they talking all this shit about how they the real comics and we ain't real comics and this and that. But if you such a real comic, then you should know, you stupid motherfuckers that are commenting on that dumbass thread, that Marty's act ends when he walks off that goddamn stage. He don't have kids in a closet somewhere fucking them. He's not the one that groped that bitch when she got on the fucking stage, okay? Marty's a sweet fucking person. He cares for all of us. That's why we're having his back like this. You fucking with more than just getting a picture taken down off the wall with all that acne on your fucking face, bitch. You should be glad we took your brace face ass acne infected picture down off the motherfucking wall.
That's rude.
I ain't afraid to say shit like that. This is my podcast. Fuck,
that's true.
I know,
I
it's
say what
your
the fuck I
podcast,
want.
but
You know what I'm saying?
I'm never going to limit your speech.
Like I said, I ain't friends with the bitch. Never have been. She was always a little hot and cold type bitch, and I don't like bitches like that. You know what I'm saying? Either you real or you're not, bitch.
Well,
you
I don't
Marty's
appreciate it,
not,
and I don't appreciate Bobby Oliver and all the other like all the like. I've been to her park. I've been to her place before, and in fact, I just want to add: the first time I ever came to Marty's, she was sitting in the audience. The very first time that I've ever come, she was here. The very first time. So she can't even say that she's never been here. And for you to be like, oh, if you want to tell rape jokes, go to Marty's. No. If you want to tell any kind of jokes, come to Marty's.
Which you should be able to anywhere you go.
I went to her mic. She's not friendly. The mic was not that cool. And to me, going to an all-female mic is like going to clown school. Like, what the fuck is it going to do for you, bitch? Or it's like going to DeVry or somewhere, like, and thinking, no, it's not a real degree, bitch. Comedy is a male-dominated thing. Why wouldn't you be trying to hone your craft in front of them and with them, with the people who are actually doing shit?
Exactly.
Like, step up, grow some pussy hairs, bitch, and that's what you need to do.
Bang.
I don't appreciate it. I'm all for women's rights, but also I'm black before I'm anything, and I just have to know. I have to note that a lot of these bitches that was responding was white bitches who just cry wolf sometimes.
Yeah, but that one main
let's
bitch
just
was
keep
a black,
it real.
That one chick was a black
she
one. The
is,
one
but
that
she's
talked about
also
the
been here. She's also been here
That's
since
what's
then.
fucked up too.
Marty has not been at the since I've been hosting here, which has been 4 years. I have seen her here since then.
Well, yeah, she ended it with that.
I
That's how
hear
stupid
her.
she is. She ended it with
people don't change
had
her
a whole
fucking crow over
She
4
had a whole
years.
comment about how degrading Marty was, about this stupid thing he would make females read, right? And then she ends it with, that's why I'll never be back at Marty's. Which proves, you dumb bitch, whoever was the commenter on that, some black bitch from the all right? You know who you are. That means that after he did that to you at the and it was so hard on your female soul and body, you still came to Marty's. You fucking dumb bitch.
She's still been here, and she might I add, she is a very accomplished actress. She's been on major TV shows. She's very beautiful, and I can't speak for anybody else's experience at Marty's, but that has never been my experience here, and I have seen her here since Marty has been hosting there. Since he was let go from there.
I know.
4 years ago.
I have seen her here since then. So
well,
that's
there's comments on there like
that's
this.
All I'm saying.
There's comments that are like, oh, I was there once in 2013. Man, you need to say that shit for someone's shoulder, homeboy. Get your pussy ass out of here.
As someone
you know what I'm
who's
saying?
fairly new to Marty's, right?
Oh, CJ Kelley's here.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Hey, everybody, it's
really
CJ Kelley.
I'm just really high. I don't even know who the fuck we're talking about. It's okay. I'm kind of glad I don't, because I'm just how new I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've had a great time every time I've been here, and I have nothing bad to say about Marty's at all. You know.
But you're a man, and just in our defense, it really doesn't matter. Nothing. I think my opinion matters more than anybody's on this panel right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I said last night.
doesn't.
That's why last night I got up, gave you a hug, and I was so excited to see your excitement in responding to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No idea.
Because I had been saying all day, I was like, just let's see how the females react. And you was one of the main ones I had in my mind. Marlena, I feel like needs to step the fuck up.
I tag you, Marlena, and
listen. They're all going to share what I wrote.
Like
they're all going to share.
I feel like Julia Bernstein need to come up out the woodworks with a good little fucking quick
I'll
something to say about Marty's. All right, and
everybody's all the girls I've contacted.
Andrea
a lot
Guzetta,
of them.
you brand new to the scene, Sundress. You done been on my motherfucking show. Yeah, you done been on my show here twice, bitch. All right, so we need you to step up.
We don't have to call people out.
I ain't saying it.
A lot of people are going to share
my.
A lot of people are going to share the post that I write. It's going to be very eloquent. I still love Izzy. I'll still do her podcast. I'll still fuck with her, but I just have to speak on my behalf of what I've experienced in Marty's, which has not been anything near those situations. And I know several other women who can say the same thing. And that's it. I don't know what Marty has done before. All I know is when he gets to talking shit, I just grab the mic from him. Any bitch who just stood there and let him talk shit, that's what he's going to do. He's going to talk shit to anybody. He has the same generic jokes that he's been using on everybody for 5 years. Whether it's somebody on the street who comes in, whether it's us, whether it's people that we bring. My parents have been to Marty's. I've done my bachelorette party at Marty's, part of my bachelorette party at Marty's. I have, invited all my friends from around the country and around the world who come visit on the weekends and are like, oh, I want to see you. I'm like, oh, I'm hosting at Marty's on Friday night. Come through. Yeah. I can't even tell you how many times that has happened and how this is just such an important place. Even so much so that now the tour buses come through and they mention Marty's.
In spite of all the meth tents across the street, Marty shines bright.
We had a lot of we raised a lot of fucking diapers and stuff for Marlena during her baby shower.
She didn't have to buy diapers for 6 months.
Dude, I mean that's what family does. That's Marty's family right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we're so passionate about this subject right here, and I had to bring it up today. I couldn't just glass over it.
It pisses me off.
Yeah, I was boiling when I was reading all that. What pisses me off is all the outsiders that don't even come here running their fucking mouth on that thread. That Terrence Washington dude. Who the fuck is this guy?
I don't know who he is.
Yeah, you soft, homeboy. Come through here and say that shit to my face.
Points.
Tommy Easter said it. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen him.
I guarantee you, when you see me face to face, you ain't gonna say shit.
Just being like, oh, they should just close it down. Everyone would be happier if everyone does their just quit comedy. I'm like, shut up, you.
You know why they hate that? You know why they hate us? Because when they have to do shows with us, we fuck them up. We fuck shows up, and they're like, "What the fuck? Where do you go?" Every time somebody asks me, "Where do you go?" I'm like, Marty's.
We go to, I go to a 200-person lottery, and then I wait 8 hours, and then I sometimes get 2 minutes. That's what I do. That's how I get better.
Once a week.
And now, because I'm trying to make my stuff marketable, and I'm not trying to co-sign on rape culture,
We're here, you're going to get at least 8
fuck
minutes.
Out of here.
I mean,
and they made it seem like Marty was the one groping them. I'm telling you from reading this thing. That's what really upset me. They're like, well, it's about Marty's behavior, and like all this, and I'm like, I've never seen him do that in the year and a half plus that I've fucking been here, almost 2 years come this December. Fuck, I've never seen him actually fucking do that. I've never had a single person, and I feel like I have a great relationship with a lot of the fucking ladies here.
No, do you not think I would know? I know everything that goes on in this place. I run the Facebook page for Marty's. I'm like, all of that shit. All of that. And might I just mention that Marty's bitch that he's been with for over 20 years is a beautiful black woman, Joy. A beautiful black woman.
Very nice.
Who
was in that Rick James Eddie Murphy video.
Better than all of these hoes in her 60s.
Yeah, exactly.
In her 60s, she's better than all of these fucking hoes who are claiming sexual harassment. I just want to say
all them bitches.
She'll do her little eye roll. She was here for Marty's show, and she did the eye roll. She was laughing. She brought all of her friends, too. Sorry for interrupting Easter. Go ahead.
Yeah, like always.
No, I haven't.
All them bitches on that thread are ain't shit bitches when it comes to looks, especially the main one we talking about. You a little boy looking bitch. Only person that would want to fuck you is a pedophile, and that's why you mad. That's why I wrote on my comment. I put, you are a sad, miserable person that don't even like yourself, and all you sheeple that are commenting are following a weak person. You following a weak person
Yeah.
into saying you gonna fuck up, motherfucker, because all of us at Marty's that come here and work on our craft, we going somewhere. We got a green room in the back of Marty's now. We don't fuck around, bro. The second DeMar Randy seen that green room, we were in there talking about the Black American fucking national anthem and shit.
Yeah.
Peanut butter, man. Y'all can't touch the creativity that comes out this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying?
No one's touching on the peanut butter
And
shit.
I
No
would
one
just
knows
like to
about
say,
Cypher Kofax.
this
You know?
is
We're going
such-
to do a Cypher Kofax scene before the end of the show about this.
Marty's is such an even playing field for everybody. Funny is in just the comedy, just the whole. That's what brings us all together. On the comedy scene, I honestly don't see, aside from the comedy clubs, with the actual comics, I don't see race. I don't see a lot of stuff. I just see honest people who I would never ever talk to before comedy. You know what I mean? Like, it brings so many different kind of people together. And if you're a woman and you're funny and you're just a great whatever, if you're not, everybody has a home in comedy. You just got to know in life, men run shit, bitch. This is no different. Just because it's no HR department, it's no different than any other job that you're going to have. It's going to be sexist ass men. It's going to be a lot of shit. If you don't know how to deal with it, and if you ain't strong enough, you just don't belong here. I just don't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's
I don't
what
know else
pisses
to
me
say.
off is that she didn't just, gracefully bow out. Or like you said, this is what she should have done. This is how she'd have earned my respect. If she'd have came here one day and took that motherfucking picture down and walked up on this stage and said, I'm taking my picture down because I don't agree with shit that goes on up in here. Or something like that. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
would've respected
Whoa,
it.
I'd have been like, hey, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? She'd have stormed up out of here and all that type shit. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing about that. She did her thing.
Here's
all right?
a fun
If
question.
you ain't say nothing to her right then and there, then you can't say nothing after that.
You
all
and
right?
I
But
are here-
like you said, to post some shit on Facebook, bitch, what'd you think?
You haven't-
Here's the thing.
Listen, hold on. The first thing I want my people to know, I got people that listen to this, not for y'all, all right? Me. The first thing Tommy Easter did, I want my motherfucking fans to know. First thing I did when I walked into Marty's that day was rip that bitch's picture down. I'm the motherfucker that ripped that picture down. The second I walked in and I had to show it to Marty, he was like, what? I was like, let me tell you why. I had to break it to him, and it was the reason I feel so passionate about it is because when I handed him that picture and told him why, I seen his fucking face melt because he was so fucking hurt over that shit.
Yeah.
You little stupid cunt! You don't know how much you really did hurt Marty's feelings because he truly thought that you were a friend of his, that you were a part of this place. He said she's been around forever. She used to hug. He started coming up with all these good things about her and all these excuses of why
he always looks
all
for
these
the good in
whys.
people.
Yeah, why all these whys? Marty was just like, why? You know, because he expects people to be real fucking comedians here. And if you're a real comedian, then you know when motherfuckers leave this stage, that's it. They stay on this stage. When Marty steps off that stage, he is again Marty. He's the sweetest motherfucker you'll ever meet in your life. When he gets on this stage, it's some of the most perverted shit you'll ever hear in your life. You know what I'm saying? But
not even that word.
whose comedy has not been
but
perverted?
it's funny though.
It's
Is it
funny,
not?
and it's just shit he says every day.
It's
the
just
same
funny
jokes.
shit.
He's not writing new perverted jokes even. I'm not making
Yeah.
excuses for anybody's jokes because jokes are jokes.
Jokes are jokes.
And the stage is a safe place. Comedy is a safe space.
Supposed to
Open
be.
mics are.
You
and
try
I
to
just
make
don't-
people laugh,
I
and
just
you-
don't
you try
appreciate
to make
these
other
weak
people
ass
laugh.
hoes who make it bad for all of us and who make it hard for all of us. Girls who can really stand with the dudes. I feel like I'm funnier than a bunch of these motherfucking dudes. And I am.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I'll second
so they're
that.
making it hard on bitches like me.
Yeah.
It
Of course.
is.
Yeah.
Who work hard too at the same time. You know what I mean? Get funny first. Worry about that. Worry about funny, bitch. That's what this comedy scene is about over anything. And when you're funny, you're going to be respected. I got to go.
Yep.
Hey,
All right,
mic
Miss
drop.
Dicey.
Ow! She
Ow.
fucking threw the mic
Thanks
down.
for coming
Ow.
through. and
She's
getting
giving us
loud
all
and
the
rowdy,
finger.
baby girl. That's what this motherfucking podcast is about.
Thanks
son.
for being on, Dicey.
Fucking lighting up the mic right there. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. So yeah, there you have it, man. If you're an outsider and you fuck with Marty's, we will fuck you up completely.
Well, thank you guys for having me for sure. It's like maybe my sixth time here, but
Here's
I love it
my
every
main
time.
criticism of CJ Kelley's performance on the podcast so far. Kind of talky.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was really aggressive with the
I don't know shit about shit, so I'm
Definitely,
not. Listen, I'm
interrupting.
a pretty real person, right? I've been through a lot of shit. You know?
Well, let's dive into.
Hey, look
yeah,
at
let's
this
fucking-
let's dive into the veins of CJ. Bang,
just-
bang,
I
bang.
was
Now that's a transition.
Yeah,
Just the way
yeah.
I was brought up. If
Yeah.
you don't know
Nice.
shit about
We-
shit, don't speak on it. So I'm just high, sitting to you guys talk. Like, and
He's
I'm
been
just
muted
glad
like
that I'm here.
80% of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Just glad that I'm here. I'm glad you guys have been super chill. You guys, Ron Bush, Tim, Anton.
Where you from, buddy?
I was born in Boston, but I grew up in South Florida. I grew up in Miami area.
Oh, really? Dade County or Fort
Monroe.
Lauderdale?
Monroe is where my dad lives in the
Monroe.
Florida Keys.
Oh, in the Keys.
Yeah, yeah.
Boring as fuck.
I mean, hey.
God.
Nah,
What do
there's
you
fun-
say-
Nah, fuck that.
What
Go
do you
out on the
What?
boat. You go out on the boat, you fucking, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
You
go out in the boat in the
yeah,
sun
go
all day.
fishing. Yeah,
What the
that's all you
fuck?
do, yeah.
I guess that is fun to
Are you
say.
pro fishing? You pro fishing?
I mean, I'll fish for a couple hours. I don't want to be out there all day. Fuck
Oh,
that.
yeah, no, I mean, but you anchor, you know.
You know, I
you
don't
go-
drink, so I'm not.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
What
That's
are we gonna
true.
do?
Man,
was
get
that
high.
I'm very white. I have freckles. It's not a fucking fun
So am I,
time.
though.
Smoke
That's
weed
not-
and-
that's not me.
Me and 12 beers is like a fantasy.
It's not the funnest time.
Pro fishing, whatever.
I like the bank
Tim's
fish.
12
Yeah.
years a slave.
Crabbing.
You fish on the bank
Yeah.
of the you know, under a shade tree. Hello.
See, I don't like,
Fucking
I don't
Tom
like freshwater.
Sawyer.
I don't like freshwater fishing. It's too boring for me. I got to go out on the water.
I've never been deep sea fishing.
Oh,
So
well,
how about
here's
that?
the thing.
How
In the-
about that, CJ
In
Kelley?
the Keys, it's not deep sea because it's shallow as fuck. You're just
sea fishing. You're just
you're just
you're
fishing.
just ocean fishing.
It's actually you're fishing under the sea.
Fishing for
Patches.
semen.
So where'd you start comedy?
I started comedy in Boston, right? So
Boston.
I- yeah.
How long you been doing it?
I started in January 2014. Officially started doing stand up, but I did improv for 2 years before
Nice. All right. Cool.
What, improv, you said?
that. Yes.
Where
think
did
I
you do?
started.
Now, where did you do
I took
improv?
a lot of classes at Improv Boston.
Okay, so did you do like a long form thing? Did
No,
you
we
do
did
like
Heralds.
You
So
did,
yeah,
you did
long-
Heralds.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That's why I don't like the
A
ground.
Herald Easter. A
Herald
Herald
going
is
on.
like a form of. It's like a form of improv where there's like these. You take a suggestion, you play a mini game, and then there's 3 scenes, and then a group scene, and then there's 3 more scenes that sort of call back to the 3 chronologically.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
group
Yeah.
scene, and it's like sort of just like these mini improv scenes.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
don't think
stressful.
I would.
Sounds stressful.
I would
don't wanna
never
do
move
that.
forward with improv anymore. Once I started doing stand up, I'm an attention whore anyway, so I'd rather all the weight be on my shoulders instead of 7 other people and fucking suggestions and shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I really haven't done improv since, but
All right. How long you been in LA?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Me too.
What do you say to people that you do a lot of Boston shows with only Boston comics and that you're
Well,
actually
I produced
you're
my own-
actually you're actually from Florida and you're not really from Boston.
Well, I mean, my birth certificate says I was born in Boston, Massachusetts. I lived there till I was 6. I was homeless in Boston. I moved there in 2012.
You were a 6-year-old homeless person?
No, in 2012, I moved to Boston.
dog, I got these Legos.
I got these Legos. Come
so
on,
I mean,
man.
yeah.
You
So
want
like
some
high
Play-Doh?
school, I lived in Florida, but right after that is when I moved back to Boston on
And
my
you
own.
moved back homeless?
I moved in with my cousins, but I was fucking around and shooting heroin and shit, so they kicked me out. And then I had to-
Heroin.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. is
He
the,
did because he did when he's like and then he did like go and then like
and
lifted
then he
his
held
own
out
arm up,
He
looked
held
at
out his
it.
arm and
back.
and I noticed some tracks and I said, let's dive into the veins.
Speaking of the heroin of men, Ron
CJ
Bush is
Kelley.
joining us here in the
Ron
studio.
Bush.
Sir.
Ron
Ron.
Bush.
How are you guys doing, man?
Oh, I'm better now, baby.
Thank you,
Ron.
buddy.
Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Fucking
man.
thanks for being on, brother.
Shit, I feel like a motherfucking
Right?
star now with this motherfucker.
You're famous, Ron Bush.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have smoked weed before I came here.
It's all
so
good. We
shit.
just finished a blunt.
We
We
do
just
that now.
Right,
smoked a
I'm
blunt.
buddy. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So we're on the same page.
This
Yeah.
is the Cloudy and Rowdy podcast.
Right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
I should have known. Right, exactly.
This is
exactly.
Thomas's podcast. It's Easter's podcast here.
You know we're gonna be smoking.
Exactly.
Hello?
Right. Exactly. Well, I like that. That's
I'm
why.
just
That's
sitting
why
here
we like to
wondering
come to
when
Marty.
the
Would you like
next
any
one's
rye
gonna be
whiskey?
I can. I'm actually going to go to the gym after this. So I'm going
You
to.
don't like drinking and going to the gym?
No, I don't. It's actually it's the worst
risky.
combination.
Yeah, that's
It's
very
whiskey.
risky.
Yeah, that's the worst combination.
whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Ying,
can
ying, ying.
you can snort cocaine and go to the gym.
Yeah.
Cocaine
Right?
in the
You can
gym
do
works
that.
together.
Absolutely. I do not suggest mushrooms. You know?
They did a lot of they proved the cocaine thing in No Pain No Gain.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great.
If you can-
Maybe
if-
Michael Bay's best after
Dude,
Bad
one of
Yeah.
my favorite fucking
Once you start
Wahlbergs.
once you start doing the pump, that focus is undeniable. Like weed, when you work out, is you're so stoned you blank out and you can't remember how many reps you did. That's what's great
Right.
about weed. You're like on rep 18, you're like, oh, that's right. You know what I mean? But coke is like you're like rah rah.
Now, we were just talking about.
I was gonna say, yeah, we was talking to CJ about heroin use. Let's
Okay.
He went
So
to.
you think heroin's good at the gym?
Oh, dude, everyone's the best. You fall asleep when
Yeah.
you're doing a bench press.
You're gonna watch out for the.
Is that what that shit does? It makes you fall right asleep or something?
Well, not right asleep, but you nod out. You never seen anybody on opiates or fucking
No.
dope?
I've watched people
Especially
smoke
on the
crack.
train. Well, I've done that
it's the
Do you
funnest
remember?
thing in the world.
Hey, fucking White Tyson was here, and we'd all be like, he was always getting doped out.
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
So the
So
first
we-
time you ever did it, what was
Yeah.
it like?
All right,
Was it
so
like
I-
John Travolta in Pulp Fiction?
Nah, I started shooting like oxys first. You know what I mean? I smoked them, and then
No, we don't know what you
don't
mean.
know what you mean.
No,
No.
no.
I believe he means Oxycontin.
No, we don't know what you mean.
Let's ask this question. So you have an interesting story here.
Yeah.
How did you get to that point in the first place? How did you get to snorting oxy?
all right. So
you know,
growing up in South Florida, like just in high school, I could go to the bathroom and get my hands on like Xanax or like Roxy's or whatever. You know?
How
what I
old are
mean?
you?
I'm 28.
Okay.
and how old are you?
That was like the epitome of like the whole opioid epidemic. People would fly
Yeah.
in from Boston. You just go see a doctor in Florida. They give you 480 pills. You get back on a plane. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
fucking legal until they started cracking down on it. But like, yeah, they're cheap as fuck. Like, I remember the first time I did Xanax, I bought like 4 for my buddy. I ate one. I was like, how long is this going to take to kick? And he's like, maybe like a half hour. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's too long. You know? He's like, well, you can snort it. So I snorted one. Went back into my science class, pale as a ghost, like wobbling. And my teacher's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I need to go to the nurse. So she signed like my planner.
What grade is this?
9th grade.
Hell yeah.
So I fucking
Starting off early.
Hey.
That's how
Yeah.
it was, but with
So-
LSD.
Yeah.
instead of going to the nurse, I just walked out the front fucking doors and just kept it moving. You know what I mean? And luckily, my friends were skipping school that day too, and I just pretty much had the time of my life. I mean, I barely remember it, but like we went to the beach. There was beach whales there. I don't know why that's a good.
Like
it was
dead?
just an
Not a
interest-
good thing.
It was an interesting thing.
I
to see.
bet it was cool to see
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
freshman on
Yeah.
Xanax.
Yeah. Xanax,
You
yeah.
know, you're like, hey,
Absolutely.
Unlike that whale.
that well looks relaxed. I'm
The
gonna
sand is like high
It was a lot of
school.
fun.
We were
Absolutely.
smoking and drinking too, and shit.
I'd like to see that
and
shit
then,
now. What are you talking about? You know?
Yeah,
Look at
it was
that
crazy.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
We had, I had like a kind of the same experience. Like as a freshman in high school, this dude named Dylan Cook, right?
Mm-hmm.
He fucking he brought one of those penny holders, you know, the coin things
Yeah.
Yeah.
that have a cap on it though, one of the fancy ones,
Right,
you know?
right, yeah, yeah.
And it had a little cap, and he
Grandpa
had,
holders.
Yeah, and he had an individually wrapped hits of acid in aluminum foil, and he had like 50 to 100 hits in there, right?
Yeah.
And he sold probably 20 of them in the little group that everybody would meet up in, like, you know, the little day area before we had dispersed the homeroom and shit. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And so, dude, by first period, I had like 3 or 4 homies in all in one period. And fucking we were feeling it. It was like peak hour, right? By the time first period started, I come in and I got like Dan and Zach are in the back. Brandon was sitting in front of me, right? These motherfuckers, there was a poster on the wall behind me. It was one of those old zoo posters. It had a fucking waterfall and the bottom of it splashed with dolphins jumping out. The top had like lions and shit, you know,
like
but
that.
the main thing of it was that big waterfall.
Right.
And fucking and Zach was behind me with some Visine, and I didn't know it. And Puckett looked and knew it, and he goes, Easter, that waterfall, it's got real water on it. And I was like, what? He goes, the waterfall has real water on it, bro. And when I turned around to look, Zach squirted me with Visine. And I was like, oh, shit, there's water on the waterfall. Right in the middle of class. The teacher was like, what's going on? You know, it was fucked
That's
up.
hilarious.
But, dude, half the class was on acid. So they were all like, oh, shit, waterfall. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking insane.
That's
you
weird.
know?
One of my favorite feelings is when you're on acid and you're with your buddies and you're like, all right, guys, just act natural.
Right,
You're
right,
just
right.
like acting like you're
Dude,
just,
when I was a
you think you're
teenager,
acting natural?
I was I was fucking flawless on acid, bro.
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
take acid
No
after that
shit.
one thing. Yeah, after that one experience, after that, dude, I could take acid and just be like,
Dude, so I'm like,
just with this shit-eating grin, and people.
Thank you for describing it because this is an audio format.
I know, it's not even format. That's why I had to say shit-eating
Right,
grin. Okay, I'd just be sitting back with a shit-eating grin. People be like, "What's up, Easter?" I'd be like, "Dude, it's a great day." They would have no idea their face was fucking changing. That the shit, this popcorn type shit on the
Popcorn
ceiling,
ceiling,
it
yeah.
would move and be
yeah,
colorful.
it goes-
Like that 90s acid had colors, bro.
Absolutely. I remember.
like neon
Dude,
colors.
so
it
it-
was so good.
when I was like 17, I was working at Ponderosa Steakhouse in South Jersey. All right, and you know, I used to sell drugs to the manager there.
Sure.
You know. And,
What else are you gonna do at a steakhouse?
So one day, you know, my boy was still stayed nameless, but he got some acid. He was like, bro, you gotta let's do this acid. So we ate this acid, and I forgot that I had to go to work. You know what I mean? And I was going to drop off, cocaine and leave. You know what I mean? So I walk in and he's like, Bush, what the fuck? You're supposed to be working like 35 minutes ago. You know what I mean? And I'm just starting to get the wahs. You know what I mean? We're just like wah wah wah. I was like, oh shit. I was like, dude, I just ate a dose of acid. You know what I mean? And he's like, fuck, I need to get some coverage. Can you hang in there for like 45 minutes? I was like, yeah. Let's do some fucking coke, and we'll go inside. I'll deliver that because I was a food server. You know what I mean? So I go in this fucking ribeye special and shit. All the fucking humanoids and shit are inside of motherfuckers. This place is packed, and they take the tray and I pick it up like this and I put it over my head like this. And as I'm walking out, I feel the tray start to drip down my fucking arm.
Oh god!
So I throw it. Tray full of food smashes, slides down the fucking highway.
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah, fucking Scott's like, he's like, what the fuck? I was like, I can't do this.
I got a good one. Second time I ever tried acid in high school, right? I was like, I'll be fine. I got like a quarter of weed. There's a Terry Gilliam movie playing. I'll go play some video games with my friends. I go back to my house. I was suspended from school because I got arrested with like 4 ounces in the high school. like not like on the property, but like after hours and stuff. So they suspended me for a quarter, and I dropped 3 tabs, and I went home, and my mom knocked on my door to my room. She's like, "Get ready, we're leaving for the therapist in 5 minutes." Whoa. And I was like, "What?" I taking the acid. I was just starting to feel it. It's like, all right, and it's time to go to the therapist on acid with my fucking parents.
Holy shit.
Dude, that was nuts. I wore my Ray-Bans. I got through the whole thing.
How old were you?
Dude, I was because I didn't start doing acid till I was like 17, maybe. It was like right before I turned 18. So yeah, it was 17 was like the second time. Yeah. But I had my Ray-Bans on. I started like I get in there, her head's already like growing and shifting. The patterns in the floor like rising and rearranging, and I'm just like, they're like, "Tim, would you like to talk about your week?" And I'm like, I'm gonna let them go first. And if on acid, you can't lie about anything really.
Right.
You can lie, but like it's like all of omission.
Yeah.
So they're talking about like, well, we're just worried that you're doing too many drugs and stuff. And I'm tripping balls on acid, like going, yeah, okay. And then at the end, I'm like, yeah, I agree with them. Yeah, I agree with them. Right. And then the therapist, like, her head kept getting bigger, and then going right back, and she's like, "You're being so receptive." Like they were giving me compliments and shit. I only like tricked him once. I feel like I only put a red flag up once on the ride home. Like, you want to get Italian ices? I was like, fuck yeah! Like it was just got to that point where I was just trying to be so quiet for so long. I forgot what I sounded like.
Yeah, that's another thing. I got to where I could eat on acid.
Oh
everything.
yeah, for
I
sure.
didn't give a fuck
All day.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done DMT?
Yeah. Nope.
No, I haven't done DMT.
DMT is the reason why I actually got clean, stopped shooting dope, straight up.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't like immediate, but I did it and I blasted off, and like it was kind of like, it wasn't the gates. There's mountains in the background. The middle one looked like motherfucking Gandalf.
How'd you do the DMT?
You smoke it out of a bong.
Really?
Yeah, on top of some weed.
Damn.
But I was on acid, and then you know what I mean? We would fucking do that, take a hit of DMT, and then take a nitrous hit.
I'd be scared of drugs like that.
Yeah, no, there's
No, here's the thing.
I've done so much acid. I refuse to do acid again. I've done so much
Never,
acid.
but I smoked the crystal DMT like on top of weed. But the thing is, if you take a it's like a powder. It's like a.
Who's that voice?
Some of y'all recognize that voice. Some of my listeners will recognize Diaz Mackie.
Oh shit! Straight from the Vegas penitentiary.
Free at last. God Almighty, he free at last.
OJ and Diaz got out. It's a hell of a week.
The same week.
Same week as OJ.
Wait, what happened? You was in the big house, nigga?
Yeah.
What happened?
How long there? How long in there?
I was in there for a month and a half.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Falsely accused of sexual assault.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Capitalize on the false.
Me and Ben Affleck and Nelly.
The trifecta. They got all three of you.
The trifecta.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, I forget who I was talking about not too long ago. It's like, man, you gotta. When I was driving Lyft, the worst passenger to get is a white chick between like 22 and
but it was a
27
black
years old.
6'3" chick.
That's hilarious.
This bitch looked like she could
go.
start in the WNBA today.
She looks like a tall Fraggle Rock.
Yes.
Accusing Mackie of the
That
rape.
Most people are mad because they don't have money. She's mad because she ain't got a dick. You know what I'm saying? That's
it's
You can always buy one.
amazing. Trump grabs a pussy and gets elected president. I get accused of eating a pussy, and I can spend a month and a half in Clark County detention.
Are you bitting us? Are you bitting us right now, you son of a bitch?
No, I haven't done that.
Listen, you gotta listen. Corey Holcomb once again shouts out to my main man from the 5150 show.
He was also on Jerry Springer.
He was talking about fucking what happens to them bitches after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know who sparked it really was T.I. You didn't see that?
No.
T.I. in the barbershop getting his hair cut, and he was like, man, I've been seeing a lot of the homies getting clipped up lately, you know, on these sexual charges and shit, and then they get found not guilty. He goes, but it take a lot on my brothers to be found not guilty. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to, y'all have to go through a lot. Your name get drugged through the mud all the way into innocence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after that, what happens to that bitch?
I'm a
When you're
witness.
found not guilty, bitch, you lied. Under oath in the motherfucking courtroom.
Well,
why do they not get something?
Praise be to Donald Trump. Him and Betsy DeVos are actually in the makings of penalizing women for falsely accusing people of sexual assault.
They need it. There needs to be a fucking rule about that shit, because my only answer for it right now, and I talk about it on stage, is you need to film yourself getting head, because there's certain things they do that shows affection.
Yeah, it
to your
scared me.
penis, right? And if she loves your penis, then you can't rape her with it. You know what I'm talking about?
It scared me in the abstinence.
To get back to the point. To get back
Bitches
to the,
smack themselves in the face with your dick. They love your dick.
to get back to the point that I was going to make earlier.
The floor recognizes Ron.
Yeah,
the floor recognizes Ron Bush.
It was, I drove for Lyft for a year, and I'd say like it was on 6 occasions out of that you pick some chick, and you know, I'm not, you know, you pick up this stereotypical chick, she's drunk, you know, you don't want to put on her bullshit stereo. You know, it's like 2 fucking o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they start getting bitchy, and they start saying shit like that starts leading down the road of like, you know, are you getting, you know, are you trying to get violent, or are you know, why are you talking to me like that? I don't like the tone of your voice. And I'll pull right over. Excuse me, you have to get out.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah.
But then that's harassment, because you
you
put it out in the middle of nowhere.
Fuck that. Get out of the car.
Because you
Right now.
already have a deep, aggressive voice.
Get out
Like,
of
you
the car.
can't
Get out of
help
the
it.
car.
If they
Get
get
out
you
of the
just a
car.
little bit heated,
Right. Get out of
that
the
Ron
car.
Bush voice
One of the
is...
scariest
Get out of
black
the
men
car.
I've ever met.
Get out of the car. Right now.
Here's
Get out
a
of
true
the car.
story.
You're, you know, I'm sorry that you got that perception. Please get out of the car. You need to find another Lyft rider. Goodbye.
Yeah. I
Done.
feel you, bro.
Since
Done.
my
Right
incident,
away. You
since
know,
my
yeah.
accusation and me spending time in jail, so last Sunday I go over to this girl's house. She wants to watch the game and starts getting a little freaky. And it was the scariest thing I've ever encountered in my life. Like, I was so terrified. I've had a gun pointed at me, and I wasn't as terrified as I was during that entire experience. Like,
You
I
thought
was-
just like, here we go again.
Yeah, bro, I was terrified. Like, it scared me into abstinence.
Just like
seriously.
action and...
Scared into abstinence.
I don't even want to be
He
with
went and
it.
got a green bottle of liquor from
I'm
London.
all right. Let's just hold let's just hold hands.
What?
And come on.
We got to hear what
wanna
happened.
be alone.
What happened? What happened?
What happened?
Give us some highlights here.
Like she was just like biting me and
Biting you?
yeah, but like during intercourse, like I was scared that I would do something that like she would like deem like that she didn't want or whatever happened. Oh no!
Oh no!
Voss still makes glass water
Get
bottles.
that wire off the thing. Let's get the wires off, guys. We have a little bit of an in-school emergency.
Oh, it's just water, though.
Just water. It's
water,
not,
but
it's not
it's-
delicious vodka. Don't
Just
worry.
water. I thought it was vodka, so, you know, hey. Mazel tov.
I say we leave it there and
What happened,
don't clean it up yet.
Okay, I wasn't listening. Keep going.
Yeah, but she's just like biting me and things like that. And as we're going at, like I'm being like super timid. Like I don't want to do anything, you know what I mean, or be aggressive during this sex. And she was like, choke me, and I'm like, no, you know what I mean?
Right?
You're like,
that's the last thing.
No, don't you know my story?
I couldn't even do it. Like I was just like, we gotta stop. You know, I started walking and like I cried. Like I was like I can't
Listen,
handle
I'll
this.
tell you, I'll tell you the one and only time I got accused of rape. Thank God my homeboy Little Shane was in my life, and I was a young douchebag. All right, being a douchebag completely saved me in this thing. So I was talking to this chick. She told me this was when that song "T-shirt and my panties on." That's
Okay,
when that shit was out, right? So
Adina Howard.
we're flirting on the motherfucking telephone. She tells me, "Sneak out tonight and come to my window. I'm gonna have my T-shirt and my panties on." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, boy!" So little did she know Lil Shane was there. So I hang up. I'm like, "Hey, you can come with me, bro. I said, she told me to come to her crib and sneak in her window. She can have her t-shirts and her panties on. I said, I'm going to leave the fucking window open so you can see. I was like, you can watch it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, going to let Lil Shane watch. I was like, hell, you can sneak in and try to fuck if you want. You know, I don't give a fuck, right? So fucking, little did she know, I brought Lil Shane with me. He out there in the bushes. I jump in the window. Right, and we fucking kissing. She let me suck on her titties. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little titty action. So Shane seen some titties, you know. And fucking, I kept trying to finger her, and she kept, you know, knocking my hand away. She wouldn't let me get to the pussy. So finally, I'm like, damn, bitch. I thought you had your t-shirt and your panties on. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing here? All right, you know. What, I don't want to be just sucking titties all night. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
And she was like, well, I don't know. I don't want to move this fast. One of them old school ass lines like that. And I was like, all right, fuck it. And I left. We went back home, fucking smoked a blunt, laughed about it. You know what I'm saying? Played some Nintendo, went to sleep. Next day, I see this chick, Renee from the neighborhood. She's like, oh, girl's talking about you raped her last night. Lil Shane come right from behind me and said, actually, no, he didn't. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying?
So the whole thing on tape. The crazy thing is, I had a comic coming to me last night over at LA Comedy Club and was like, I know you didn't do it because she was bragging how she sucked your dick. I'm like, how come you're not saying anything online?
Yeah, why you ain't fucking type that out, snowflake?
Someone said that to you?
Yeah.
Someone said to you like, wow, she was bragging about blowing you that one time.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
It's insane.
Because they don't want to get defensive. I'm a male rights activist. It's like, they don't want to defend the man.
Here's another
I had another comic who was
I seen
actually
this
there
today.
that night, and another couple. I'm like, why aren't you saying anything? Like, you guys are supposed to be defending
This
me.
kind of goes with this because I seen it today on the strip, and it's on my Instagram, me talking at these people. There was like thousands of people walking with black shirts on that said slavery is something like all some of them said all slavery and all this shit, but they all had Nikes. Almost all of them had on Nikes.
I know where this is
But
going.
they were talking about sex slaves, which I understand, but at the same time, the point I was making to them was like, you have on Nikes, do them slaves not matter? Hello? Do these slaves not matter that you're walking?
Right.
Oh, they make your feet comfortable, so they don't matter.
Right.
It was like, what really bothered me was the Asian women in Nikes with the fucking slavery. It's like, what the fuck? Your fucking children made those shoes, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. And then the black women there with Anna and Emily. I wanted to be like, why you got white women's names on your head, bitch? At least wear some sisters' names on your fucking headband with that bullshit ass shit on. I mean, I'm for that. That's cool. There shouldn't be little girl sex slaves. That's horrible and terrible and fucked up. But you want to walk around with that shit. Like some of the chicks had on like loafer things and shit. I was like, your feet are good? Your feet are good? I was like, you got on Nikes. You know.
Yeah. Those are all that. Everything.
It was just hypocritical.
No,
to me.
I get
You
it.
know?
Everything. 90% of what you buy in America comes from fucking China in some form or fashion.
Yeah, man.
Think about it. You can walk to your house and flip something over and see what country it comes from.
Personally, I prefer the North Koreans. They make a reliable product.
Yeah,
and you know,
They're torture.
you're getting the best stuff on the
Their
planet.
torture. Yeah, their torture is fucking world class.
They're what?
Their torture.
They've been torturing.
Yes, they are.
North Korea?
That's my new character I'm working on.
Yeah.
Guy that's not familiar with anything about North Korea yet.
It's brilliant.
Good luck on that character.
He's shooting missiles at who?
Yeah.
Why does he hate Guam so much?
I don't like guacamole either.
Guam.
Oh.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, great.
Fuck yeah.
Solid Guam guacamole.
So I
joke.
take it you guys have been discussing Marty's safe space.
We did, Dicey went off
Dicey was
on
here.
that shit
Right.
for like 20, 30 minutes.
Really
and
preached.
I felt like
missed a
letting her,
lot.
and I felt like letting her, have the stage because she's a female. And like she said, like I was saying last night, like her opinion matters way more than us. We're
Yep.
guys. Of course, we're going to feel a certain way, and we're going to say a lot of emotional shit. But to have an actual chick who, like she said, spends about 5 or 6 hours here a day and shit, 6 days a week, stand up for us like that and take all of our backs, that means a lot.
Yeah.
It matters a lot.
So what happened? I
Love her
I
dearly.
missed a lot.
Let's not rehash it. We'll get it.
Real fast,
What's
this
up?
little Izzy bitch was talking
Tune
shit
in.
about
Hey,
how
tune into the podcast Mondays.
how she was gonna fucking
Every week.
how she was gonna fucking come and take her picture down because Marty is a sexual predator and all this blah blah blah, and then she's got all these outsiders that don't even come here co-signing on it. Basically, it's like a 50, 70 something comment line now. People are saying Marty should be shut down. They don't even have no idea about this place and what goes on here and the shit that happens.
No.
You know?
And my point being, I was thinking about it, and the problem is that you have men who don't know how to control their urges. And they are straight, they are bi, they are gay. And they cross the fucking line. Yeah. And they do it wherever they can because they're sexual predators. And when you start trying to damn a building or a business because some people who pay to work out there did something to you is a horrible situation. And by associating, listen, everyone knows who Marty is. Right? There's no secret there. Marty, and Marty's good in my book. All right, and we joke back and forth with ridiculous, disgusting jokes. That's what we do.
Yeah, but he leaves them on the stage.
But it's on the stage.
Yeah.
And so if you're trying to change the context of the types of jokes we tell back and forth to each other here, acceptingly, I laugh with Marty. We have the same show. This is not something I don't give a fuck. Is the point? You know what I mean? Because it's not done. He's not doing or saying anything in my book in a malicious manner.
Oh, good Lord, no.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's all to get a laugh. It's always to get a laugh.
And it repeats the same stuff to everybody.
And if you don't it's just like, again, I hit on like every straight guy I fucking meet, right? If people started saying, oh, Ron's like taking that shit seriously, what the fuck is that?
Right.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
But it's like, part of it, like, is like you'll see. Like,
by the way,
some new people that have never been in here before.
By the way, you're looking beautiful today.
Oh, I look beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ron. You look great yourself.
Thank you very much.
Ron, you're not going to compliment.
Hey, wait a minute. You're straight guy.
I'm sorry, but yeah, how you doing? You're looking good.
But
today,
really quick,
Wait,
yeah, absolutely.
When Marty comes in, like some new people walk in, and you'll see Marty's like eyes light up.
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, I'm gonna like he doesn't like he cares about his business, but there's so much going on in his life that he will lead with the worst possible jokes.
No, he's a comic, bro. He wants to laugh.
It's what he does.
Listen, he knows that his jokes might be perverted and dark, but he knows they're fucking funny.
Right.
Like I say, comedy. It shouldn't matter what you fucking say up here, as long as it's funny.
Someone compared him to O.J. Simpson on the thread.
Daniel Tosh.
That's fucking stupid.
Well, that's because we live in a generation at this point in time where everybody wants to be a victim.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
And that's the thing. Everybody wants to be. So it's like it's almost like survivor's remorse. It's like, I wasn't molested, so I want to be molested.
What happened to heroes?
Like I was saying,
that little boy bitch is one of the worst. That little wolf.
Love you, girl.
The one who fucking wants her picture down. The one who I took her picture down already. That little boy looking bitch. She the worst at crying wolf. Crying victim, playing victim. Like I said, I would say 70% of the times that she came through that door, she had cry face and pouty face, and she would curl up in a fucking ball on the couch. And all of us that are real men would come up and be like, "Damn, girl, what's wrong? You okay?" Blah blah blah. And them are natural. We ain't trying to fuck you little boy looking bitch. You supposed to be one of the homies, so we trying to ask you what's wrong with you. That's as far as it goes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I never understood that. Like, even
unfortunately, that one chick really did get her ass grabbed on the way to the thing because Liam backed that story. But like I tell her and all these other little fucking bitches on there running their mouth, that shit happened before Tommy Easter was around.
Hello.
Because I don't play that shit. Ron Bush will tell you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If they would have came out on that on that smoke pad and said, some dude in here just grabbed my ass, y'all, we would have flew in here.
Right. Exactly.
Like a bunch of goddamn Batmen.
So don't give me that bullshit.
And again, I've been at the gym and gotten my ass as a gay man grabbed by some dude, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, grab his name? What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think everyone has been. We've been there. It's called life.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And if you're going to, are you going to blame Ralph's because maybe some perverted Ralph's employee have a geeked up on coke grabbed your fucking ass?
Exactly.
No,
I can't tell you how many times
Did you get molested
grabbed by a
Ralph's?
woman.
I'm just saying.
Me and Izzy, I'm glad you brought that up because we had
now
just
all Ralphs are
bonded.
bad?
We had just bonded, but one of the last times before she came the last time and showed her ass. I was complaining about a gay dude had pulled up at a stop sign and he had his dick out in his car. He was like, "Hey, hot stuff," and I looked over and he fucking had his dick out, and I was like, so I fucking understand, you know what I'm saying? I understand the woman's side of things now. And she was like, "Oh my God, Easter, I never thought I'd hear these words from your mouth." And I was like, "No, girl, I feel you. That's fucked up." guys take it too far. You know what I'm saying? But not all fucking guys do.
No,
and
and
this
not
room
even-
right
Not
here
all
ain't
guys-
none of
and
us
not all
like
girls
that.
are
Absolutely
victims.
not.
There's some girls that are predators
I gotta
too.
say-
I've
And
been
there's
grabbed
absolutely
assaulted.
girls
Yeah,
that-
Kyle, the all white Kyle just got ran out of here the other night by this little crazy chick. You know what I'm saying? And she
Men
fucking
get raped by
she
men
snuck
get
into
raped by
Mitch's
women
room and
every
found his
day.
phone charger. She was like starting shit with people, heckling, and she was so in love with Kyle instantly. The kid had to sneak out of here. A female on this kid. He showed me texts and instant messages where she was texting him and instant messaging him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that was flipped around, that bitch could have Kyle fired from his job.
He'd be locked
not
up.
welcome at any
Good.
stage around town
Good.
with all these
Yeah.
snowflakes that are jumping
Right.
on this dumb bitch's side. You're sheeple is what you are. You're fucking sheeple.
Again, in that joke, in that one of my jokes about racism, true situation where I had to turn myself in because this bitch claimed that I hit her in the fucking parking lot of a fucking gas station.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. That's the shit we have to put up with as men.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there was no.
And all women ain't like that.
Having to
Not at all, yeah.
I've been with a chick who-
having to pay for an attorney to fucking to get yourself out of fucking prison, to keep yourself out of prison because some fucking racist ass fucking cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is lying to you.
Yeah.
And you have no recourse because everybody at the gas station don't want to say anything. You're in the fucking deep fucking South.
Yeah.
That's Jim Crow shit.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. I know. I get it. Black people. Of course you went to fucking prison. Look the fucking color of your skin. 7 out of 10 of us go to prison for some stupid reason or another.
I was called a
I've done
threat
the same.
to
I've been there
society.
3 times the same
But the
stupid
judge
reasons.
called me out.
System of a Down song talked about, man.
It's ridiculous.
Goddamn prison
You know?
industrial
Used to get
complex.
robbed before a gunpoint. I didn't want to say anything just because fuck it. You know what I mean?
What
Well,
happened?
you were probably trying to get some goddamn heroin in your
I,
veins.
I was.
Yeah.
I also, you
Probably trying to get all junked out in Florida.
Yeah.
No, that was in Boston.
On Boston,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I've snorted
Mouse.
heroin, but I've snorted and smoked it, but I never booted and injected anything.
Damn. Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
See,
Ron
here's the
Bush.
fucked up
Oh,
part,
yeah.
though. Like,
I sniffed it one
Look,
time
look.
too.
Absolutely.
God, I'm on.
But that's because that's because the kid shot up in front of me. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's because the kid shot up in front of me. Actually, one of my longest, oldest friends. I beat him up. I threw him in the back seat. I drove him to my house. I took all his heroin, and I'm like, "Fucking drive home."
Is that
Fuck
why
you.
you got
and
the
then I
Biggie
was like,
Smalls eye?
I'll take a bump. I did a bump. I took
that
like
why you
a
have Biggie
4-hour
Smalls
nap.
eye?
what was that? I missed it.
No, because you're loud and obnoxious because you've been drinking the whole
That eye
time.
is still on
That's why
heroin.
you got a Biggie Smalls eye.
He said that eye is still
This
on
is a
heroin.
Forrest Whitaker
No,
eye.
here's how it starts. Though,
Both.
Right? Look. Let me break it down.
You
like
got
this. So the
Biggie's
first
respiratory.
First time I got
Fuck
sent
you.
to a program, right? I was 18. I got sent to North Carolina, right? Because I got caught with Xanax, and I was also doing a lot of Perk 30s at the time, Roxy's. You know, the 30s.
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I know what you're
They're
talking about.
Oxycontin,
White guy shit. Yeah.
You're allowed to.
Whatever.
Fuck you. I love
Listen.
you.
I never did pills like
Just
that.
I'm just saying. So I wasn't even shooting up at that time, right? I was just smoking them and snorting them, and like just getting all fucked up. But by the time I got there, right, the other kids that were there, the other dudes, it was an all fucking guy program, whatever, in North Carolina in the fucking sticks. And they're like, "Oh, you're a pussy. You don't even fucking shoot heroin," type of shit. You know what I mean? so they planted it. Like,
I've
dude,
seen that
jail
shit
makes
before.
better criminals. Rehab makes better drug addicts. That's all I'm saying. It's fucked up. It's
I've
crazy.
seen people in
In the
rehab.
back of my
for
mind,
mental
like,
health.
oh, I could maybe.
No, yeah,
You
jail
don't have
will.
to trash
Jail,
though. So what are you doing? Is shooting it between your toes?
dude, you'll go in jail like one type of criminal. You'll come out a Swiss Army knife
They're
of
painted
criminology.
on.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't have contacts.
Full of shit.
Yeah, I learned some things just in that moment.
Ron
Diaz, yeah. Diaz knows exactly what
Oh,
to
yeah,
do
we
next
did.
time.
Podcast we did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We.
DS might have got a job in prison.
Yeah,
We
you
don't
guys-
We
know.
love Tommy, dude.
Yeah.
Tommy OD'd and Sean Sorrow and Kenny Capote.
Absolutely, yeah.
Easter was their favorite comic out here, straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
absolutely,
Thank
All
we
your
love
friends
Tommy.
that
Thank you, guys.
OD'd were Easter's favorite comics?
Okay, they're
Yeah.
not dead. His name's Tommy OD.
Oh, I'm confused.
Tommy O.D.
OD.
Hey,
Those
shouts
very-
out Tommy O.D.
those-
You're a
those-
bad motherfucker,
Those are
dog.
some great.
I
Thank
saw
you,
a
guys.
very famous
Yeah, they
comic.
love you. They love you. I told you.
snorting heroin, but it was by accident. He thought it was coke, and I tried to stop him at the last minute, and then we had to get him coke.
I used to be friends.
I
with
watched
him.
Pulp Fiction. I watched Pulp Fiction in rehab one time. They were really excited about that John Travolta scene. They were like,
One of
some
my
of the
buddies-
end of
one of my
that scene, they're
buddies-
like, oh, I miss it.
One of my buddies back in Atlanta. He was a former American Gladiator. Remember that TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was he?
His name was
Fucking
Big Red
Laser?
Greg Haas,
Was it
yeah.
Storm?
Blaze?
The big, yeah. And so, I'm trying to keep this nameless. So, So we used to party. Like me,
Yeah.
we used to run the #1 night in Atlanta at the Club Kaya, right there on Peachtree.
Club
And,
Kaya. I remember that shit.
That was our night, right?
Yeah.
So Big Greg, we could be nicknamed him the Goliath because we were having this party. I think it was like some DJ from English type thing, and we're having this. You see this, all the ravers, and then you see this big fucking Hulk looking motherfucker, just like yeah, he's screaming, he's like yeah, and he's like this whole fucking thing. I was like, I gotta meet this motherfucker, you know what I mean? So it was like this, you know what I mean? And so we became friends, and he ended up being like this like major dude with like E and everything like that, you know. So the parties would be ridiculous. And then
that's short for ecstasy.
Right, exactly. And then we would go down to Backstreet because after the club closed, all the strippers and the chicks would want to go to Backstreet.
Because it was a gay club.
Right, exactly. And they feel safe because Club Anytime was the Club Any Slime. So we would all, you know, me friends like Tom Easter, like I'm the gay dude, so we have like Tom Easter type dudes. We'd all go to fucking Backstreet, all these bitches, and fucking just be geeked up, just going fucking nuts.
Yes,
you know
trust me. Some of the strippers in Atlanta will make you want to limbo through dick. Just to get to the back of that club, Backstreet, because they were always in that back bar too. It ain't like they didn't make it easy. You couldn't just walk in Backstreet and be like, there's the bitches. You had to
limbo.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? You had to feel them as you went blump 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 blump. You know what I'm saying? You had to go through knobs. You know what I'm saying? Knobs of erections, and then you'd see Diamond, and you'd be like, "Hey, bitch! Hey, I knew I'd find you." You know?
Let me ask you this.
I always
have you ever found a place better than Atlanta for fucking strippers?
Hell no. Atlanta's the strip club capital of the world, bro. Some of the places, they're only $5 to get in.
Big Pony.
Cheetah, Gold Club was like 10 to get in.
Right. Do you remember?
Dude, them bitches, they don't just fucking, they get right. They will bounce off of you like for $10. Boy, they like, yeah, butt naked.
Magic City.
One day I had to tell a chick, whoa. My dick's getting hard. You about broke it in half. Okay,
Hello.
I was like, I gotta pull my dick to the side if you're gonna bounce like that. Like for real, she bounced my dick into an erection and then about broke it in half. I was what the fuck? This isn't worth the $10 I gave you.
You go
the
to
hospital bill.
I go to Magic City. And I tell some of them sisters that I'm fucking gay. They go, "Oh, you gay, huh? You gay, huh?
I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that today. I'm gonna change that today.
You gay, huh?" But I'm like, God damn, bitches be shooting shit out their pussy and everything.
Hell yeah.
God damn, I love Atlanta.
All right, we're gonna have to fucking wrap up.
Wait, really quick for the fans, for the real fans before we go. Can we get 1 minute Cypher Koufax scene? I was hoping.
What is he up to now?
In this episode of Cypher Koufax is just trying to make it happen. Cypher Koufax is walking down a space hallway at a space council, and a very large, tall female space Glorian passes him, and one of her tentacles just sort of grabs Cypher's ass.
Grabs his ass
as they're walking by. So, go, Cypher. What do you say to that alien?
Hey, lady.
Yes? You handsome piece of meat, you.
Keep your lard tentacles to yourself, lady.
I don't know what you're talking about. Did my tentacle accidentally rub up against your awesome space bounty hunter ass?
There was no accident, and how do you know I'm a bounty hunter?
Well, everyone knows of the famous Cypher Koufax. Your legend doth precede you, dear boy.
Yes, I doubt that. Who has sent you, fat one?
My name is Exalia. I am an assassin from the planet Gnar. You prepare to die. And he pulls out a space laser and goes to shoot you. What do you do?
I throw a large pizza on the ground to distract the
Wait a minute.
space pizza. What I have for you is space pizza.
I'm gonna see if this tracks. I got some dice on me. I know D&D. Does he successfully distract him with the pizza? Oh, he does.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he does. He does.
We all knew the answer to that one, yeah.
And then he looks at the pizza, slips down on it, and the tentacles
and I blow her
breaks.
fat head off, and I say, take that back to Java the Hutt, bitch.
No bang, bang, bang.
Bang.
We acknowledge Tim's got a pocket full of dice.
I always have a
Tim.
He's got a pocket
Get
full of
that
Dungeons
shit
and
off.
Dragons dice.
Well, you were complaining about the dice.
Wow.
All right, here we go. You wrap up. All right. Woo. First man to my left is
CJ Kelley.
Where can they find you, homie?
You can look up Facebook, CJ Kelley. That's capital C, period, capital J. Nah, just type it in, or Instagram on the real CJ Kelley. Thank you guys for having
Kelly's
me.
with an E, right?
Hey, one more thing I want to talk about, though. No. Okay, all right, never mind. I'm done.
Diaz.
Fuck snowflakes. All right, thanks, guys.
Diaz Mackie, real name is my middle name, DIAZMACKIE. Just put that in Google, and you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and everything else.
Or at the court reporting for probation.
That too. But that would be under Randolph.
All right, Ron motherfucking Bush, all up in this motherfucker. You can find me at Ron Bush Comedy on Twitter, ron.bush1, the number 1 on Instagram, flippedoutcomedy.com, motherfuckers. Let's check that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, check it out.
Hey, what up? Tim McGorry. You can find my Instagram at @TimTheOK, or you can find my Twitter at McGorry-esque. Shout out to Matt McGorry. McGorry's the wokest family. Wokest family in Hollywood.
You can also find Tim McGorry at any discount buffet around town.
If they got discount sesame chicken, I'm all over that shit. Under $10, I'll be there for 3 hours. Mr. Beam?
May I plug my my podcast?
Yeah, plug it.
Absolutely. Me and the great Mr. Mike Moritor just started a podcast not too long ago called The Problem Solvers, where we just started it. You know what I'm saying? Can you put him back in a cage?
He's just drunk.
No, is that what it is?
We've de-mic'd him. He's okay.
Anyway, so check that motherfucker out. Thank you very much for having me on this motherfucker. You guys are amazing.
Nice.
Thank you, Ron Bush.
Absolutely.
At Jeremy Beam on Twitter, Jeremy T. Beam on Instagram. Guys, hit us up, cloudyandrowdy@gmail.com. We're on everything. Find us, rate us, like us.
And
I'll de-mic you son of a bitch.
This fat fuck. Shut the fuck up for a second. You hadn't went outside and killed yourself yet? Fucking Tommy Easter, the happily angry comic. Fucking you know where to find me, motherfuckers. I'm out here in Hollywood on Sunset. I'm on the boulevard. Follow me around. Watch me whoop somebody's ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one of them snowflakes. I love you, bad motherfuckers. Thanks for blazing in and getting cloudy and rowdy. Bang, bang, bang.